off the series 3-0.
Yeah, Ambush really did a great job. Kind of, I mean, yes, it was a sweeping fashion, as some people have stated earlier, but it wasn't in a dominant fashion. You know, a couple of those games, I believe, were 5-4 and 50-49,
Right.
48. It was neck and neck in all of those games. So don't count Classic out just yet. We did see Roy just go absolutely off in that Game 5, and they did take down Warriors, one of the, you know, well-renowned, coveted teams here in the Halo 4 circuit. So I am actually looking to see Classic take a few games from Ambush.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and one thing we should note, the tournament format here is the reason why Ambush is up 3-0. It's a continuation earlier on in the winners bracket. These two teams faced off against one another. Ambush got that 3-0 victory. That's why we're now in the finals in a best of 11. We're going to be kicking it off now with Game 4 on CTF Adrift.
I can't wait. Adrift CTF has been proven to have some exciting matchups this week, especially. I mean, we know that it was a little bit of a standoff back in the earlier days of its version, but now we have seen just crazy plays. So I'm excited to see how Ambush actually plays this up against Classic, and we're going to start off with Heinz on the Ambush roster. He's always kind of one of those neglected players in terms of how he is publicly, but we know that he is a very important, imperative force on the Ambush roster, always giving down support fire and just making the right plays 9 times out of 10.
Oh, absolutely. Quick jumps here and challenges. Heinz really a consistent player throughout the entirety of the Halo series, really making the biggest name for himself, of course, in Halo 3 on that Triggers Down squad after winning back-to-back events.
Oh, and it looks like 4 down for the Classic roster. I'm pretty sure I saw Pistola grab the sniper rifle. He stays alive, and now we have Heinz keeping him, his duo partner, as they say, on live bottom middle as well.
Yeah, now right now, Game 4 Adrift CTF. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the grand finals of UMG Halo Bravo alongside Ghost Dayami. Make sure you head to Twitter, head to Facebook, let everyone know that this event is going on. If everyone gets some people in here, we can get some huge numbers. And big shout out, of course, to Twitch TV, also Slasher, everyone from the Call of Duty community and Halo communities who have been helping support console esports
and
here.
Also the Twitter community. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware, but UMG Halo is actually trending in the United States right now. Very huge deal. I don't even know if that happened in the previous days with MLG Dallas and all those other Halo events. So a huge shout out to everyone tweeting UMG Halo. It's been absolutely crazy here, and we're going to see Heinz now pour it over to his base and probably score this first flag cap. Nice little jump right there.
Yeah, it hits the slide jump. Luckily, there's a crate there so he doesn't fall off the ramp. They go up 1-0. That's probably the fastest flag cap we've seen on Adrift CTF all weekend long.
Oh, it might have been ever. I've never seen it get capped in less than 2 minutes. That was just a huge play by Heinz. We know he's one of the more objective-minded players on the Ambush roster, and it looks like Ambush is already screaming out dead as they go run the flag yet again. Probably going to be in the basement. It looks like Formal's trying to push on anyone in the short hall. Great pulse grenade by Heinz, and a clutch cleanup by Snipedown with the flag, and now he's getting chased from one of the members of the Classic.
But Snipedown is actually still running that flag, as we see on the screen. Now the flag is down. Formal and Pistola, the last two alive for Ambush. We'll see if they're going to be able to grab a touch now. Heinz sprinting in, but both flags do reset, so we're back to both flags being at home. But Ghost, the reason that first flag cap is so just incredible is that we usually see a pretty big standoff on Adrift CTF. Earlier this weekend, we saw 10 minutes go by with no flag cap.
Every single time. It's always stagnant. It's very stoic play from every single player in this map, and especially with there's no power weapons really much in the beginning of the game. You know, people lose their snipers, the rockets get shot extremely quickly, and there's just no reason to make a push, but Heinz did a great job getting that first flag cap, and now it looks like he's going to go for a second one.
Yeah, it looks like they're in position right now. You see Heinz playing very patiently, waiting to see if Formal's in position as escort, and it looks like he is, as Formal has that sniper rifle, connecting and hits a no-scope on another player on the small door, and now going to push that in. But Heinz is running big door. As you said, the best place to run the flag.
Yes, always run it basement. We just hit 6,000 viewers. I'd just like to give a shout out to everyone watching at home. Seriously, thank you so much for tuning in. Give a couple more tweets and a couple more shout outs and we might hit 10. I don't know.
Who knows?
Sure enough, we have Heinz now porting over yet again. I mean, every single time I turn around, this guy is capping flags. It's about to hit the 27-minute mark, though, so you know what that means. 3 minutes in, those rockets are going to drop, and it looks like Ola is ready for them top middle. We're going to switch over to Pistola as he picks them up, trying to stay alive top middle. Looks like he's doing a good enough job.
Yeah, right here he gets back into his attic. He's got a lot of time here. We got 2-0 on big start here from Ambush to give you guys a little bit of insight into what we can expect from this series. Game 4, you're watching Adrift CTF. Game 5 is going to be Onyx Team Slayer, and Game 6 is Dispatch CTF. So we're at the very least, we're going to be playing those 3 games here. Of course, first of 11, we're looking at first to 6 games.
Yes, and Pistola making his move over in the enemy's base in the attic, doing a great job patrolling, making sure that no one spawns in the back of their base, and also in their small hall. And now it looks like he actually has the T2 combo. I know T-Squared is watching at home. I saw couple tweets from him, so shout out to him for still keeping intact with the Halo community, because Pistola is still keeping your legend alive.
Yeah, Pistola here with a grand escort as Formal's running that flag. Amazing snipe right there as he's going to control top mid, but both flags are now out, Ghost.
Yeah, and he has to make a decision right here. Do you go for that flag grab, or do you go for the sniper rifle rocket? And he made the wrong one right there.
Absolutely. I mean, Roy's got a sniper in his hand. As I said, both flags were out. He gives up both the sniper and the rockets and that flag, and Chig is still running that flag home. He's about to cap and make it a 2-1 game.
Very big deal for Chig right there. We know that he's more of a Slayer approach in this game, especially in this game type. He's always grabbing the sniper, but now he actually made his way to grab the flag and securely cap it. Huge deal for Classic.
Yeah, I'd like to switch over to Ryan Noob right now. He's got the rockets on the other base. We'll see what he's up to. Also has the sniper, so look at that. Power weapons really. Ryan Noob, obviously the player who killed Pistola originally.
The T2 combo yet again. I know Squared's loving it back at home over in California. Ryan Noob, kind of a little bit of an apprentice per se. I know he was on the straight ripping roster for a little bit before his departure, and maybe he picked up a thing or two because it looks like he's ready to go.
And just like that, Classic is back in this match. Only a one flag game now as Ryan Noob takes his time, tries to hit that rocket, but actually doesn't pick up the kill. He's going to have to retreat back into the attic and picks up a DMR with that sniper.
Yeah, and the DMR hasn't been used too much this weekend. We know that the BR is now the weapon of choice, or the precision weapon of choice per se, and Ryan Noob doing a great little cleanup right there. Did not stay alive. Very, very crucial. Oh my goodness! I just saw the most ridiculous snipe from Pistola. Triple kill of all time. Holy crap!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness!
It's a falling no scope, then gets a triple kill with the flag, and he's going to walk this back. He's going to make this game 3-1.
I don't even know what to say. I've never seen Pistola explode into emotion like that right there, and it looks like he is extremely ready to play in these finals.
Yeah, what's incredible about this game type is that rarely do you see a single player walk into the base and do that much damage. However, Pistola getting 3 kills, each with 3 different weapons, and then caps that flag almost single-handedly.
Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous, and it looks like a stick on Ryan Noob, but Pistola cleans it up, does not let the stick go through, and now he's just patrolling with 1 sniper bullet left, going for the attic. He knows rockets are coming up.
That's right.
I see Diesel holding his mic, counting down the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just like NASA always does, and it looks like Pistola's not worried about the rockets, letting his teammate grab him, and it seems like Formal, yet again, is going to pick up those rockets.
Yeah, he grabbed those rockets. He's going to need some help in the attic, but Pistola able to get away from that battle unscathed, and Formal's now going to swoop in with the rockets, clean up anything that Pistola might
Making
have
a very, very righteous push over here into the blue attic. I hear the ambush squad just screaming at the top of their lungs, nice for everything left and right. Oh!
Formal getting a little overzealous, but it's okay. His team is still running the flag. If we want to see what's going on with Hines, he's actually the last player alive. Let's see if he can get away with this flag. He's challenging Big Door.
Oh
my gosh.
wow.
Chicken pushes him way back.
Nice fadeaway shots right there with Hines. And does he go for, and he gets the wingman. Very big
look
deal.
At his team spawning in his base here. He gets a slide jump as well.
I must be having deja vu because I see Hines make this play. It's got to be the 3rd time now.
And that's huge. They
Flag champion.
They go up 4-1 there. He's going to be getting an Ordnance when he respawns. Incredible play there.
I mean, and we know Classic just came off a hot series after defeating Warriors in a dominant fashion in Game 5. I expected to see him come out with some really some fire right here, but it looks like Ambush kind of put out those flames instantly.
Right, and they do have that 3-game cushion, keep in mind, but you know Ambush with $7,500 on the line absolutely wants to close this game out in the next 3 games.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable watching them play. It seems it's almost scary how good they've gotten. It almost like they're getting better every single game they play together, and they haven't hit that cap just yet. Now Hines in the Ola combo making their way over into the red base. Hines cannot help out Ola whatsoever. He's trying to do his best, but just, and finally cleaned up Ryan Noob. Gets caught off guard from the short haul and put some shots into Roy. Almost finishing him off, but making sure he stays alive.
You know, I think we need to jump on board with Roy here. The reason I say that is he had such a dominating performance last series, right? That Onyx TS was absolutely incredible. Said he didn't miss a single shot, and he's only played that game type a few times. But now we're going to see how he's going to try to get his team back in this game. They're down 4-1.
Yeah, Roy's really going to have to step it up right here. We know that he brought the momentum in that last series. Let's see if he can do it in this one.
And both flags are out right now, Ghost. We have Pistola lifting back and Mikwin also trying to cap it. I think both teams are able to cap, right? I mean, the flag does not need to be at home.
And Snipe down, very big play. He needs to get that, and he sure enough, that was the first time I think I've seen the tournament play that Adrift went to 5 flags.
And not only did it end in 5 flags, also it ended, I believe, in maybe even under 10 minutes. What an incredible game.
Unbelievable. That was the most ridiculous triple kill I think I've ever seen. Wow.
Yeah, an incredible performance there. That's the best Adrift match we've seen, the best strategy I've ever seen. Teamwork, you mean, look at Hines during that game when he's in the enemy's base, constantly turning in different corners and lending in help. And the reason I wanted to switch over to Roy was because they totally shut down Roy and the entire Classic squad.
And Chig only putting up 2 kills, something very unfamiliar for him.
Oh, wow.
I know that he's a huge slayer and really always winning the 1v1 battles, so I'm kind of curious to see what actually happened and what played out there to give him that only those 2 kills. You know, it's very unfortunate. I mean, it's almost seemingly getting just a double kill in the beginning of the game and then just not seeing anything afterwards.
And what a huge start there. Pistola going 17-4. As you said, Chig with only 2 kills. Talk about polar opposites in terms of performance.
Yeah, and Pistola with that triple kill. And that just really set the tone for the remainder of that game. Now we are going to hop on board into the next game, game number 5. It's going to be Onyx Team Slayer. They're getting ready to go into this, and we know that now Ambush is up with a 4-0 lead, very, very dominant fashion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the way they came out, I wouldn't be surprised if they played this Onyx TS map just as fast. If they're able to play Adrift that quickly, I'd be scared. We're going to go ahead and start it, yes. I'd be scared to see just how fast they play a map like Onyx TS.
Yeah, I mean, Onyx TS, we just saw it played, obviously, in the Classic Warriors matchup, and it was just almost, I know it was a steak dinner, ridiculous. So I'm curious to see if Classic kind of brings their same composure and also their same poise into this next game.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best, Ghost. Composure right there and poise.
Yes.
The team, without a doubt, did not miss a beat. After the opening, starting a strat on Adrift.
Yeah.
So few teams, can actually throw together after having top mid control, can move into a flag cap after that. So we're going to jump on board right now on XTS, and the first point of view we're looking at is Snipe Down.
Yeah, and he just always starts off this map strong. I know he makes the right call-outs, makes the right pushes. I mean, I remember back in the Halo 2 era when he first popped up the scene in 2008, I said, this kid, it looks like he's making the wrong decisions, but he just shoots his way into the right, and I'm excited to see if that's still the case on Onyx.
Yeah, staying alive here, bottom middle, that overshield's still up. We're going to wait to see who grabs that. I'd love to switch over to the point of view to see who might be able to make a move for that. That thing is still up. It doesn't generally take this long for it to get picked up, Ghost.
Yeah, it normally is pretty quick. Whether it's a person from bottom middle or top middle, they normally are making the push for it. And it looks like Formo tried to make the play for it. He got cleaned up. And we are waiting to see someone make it happen.
And right there, it has been picked up. I believe that was Hines.
Yep, it was Hines. And he's making his way over to the gold base. They have a 7-4 lead on top of having Overshield, putting in shots across the map. A huge, huge, huge deal for the Ambush roster. You need to shoot and support as much as possible.
Yeah, Hines knows he needs to play fast here, right? They have the Overshield. They have the advantage. He picks up 2 kills. That's huge. Right there going,
dumping Ryan Noob's body. I know Ryan Noob does not like that. He's one of the biggest trash talkers in the game. And coming from one of the least trash talkers in the game, Hines, it has to get under his skin.
That's right, 11-6, almost doubling their opponent's score as he moves across his, I can't say enough, Hines capitalizing with that Overshield. So many times during this tournament, we've even seen top teams not use the Overshield to their advantage, but Hines knows Onyx TS, you have to play quickly.
Yeah, there's not many other. Oh, Roy giving him the knife to the throat. Huge assassination right there. It might give him maybe that momentum that he's looking for. So we're going to kick it over to Roy and see if we can get something going.
Here we go on death screen. We'll see what Roy is up to. If he's able to bring his team back in this right now. There's only a 2-kill game.
Don't know how he sweet that headshot, but sure enough, he's got the BR of a champion right there and putting in shots top middle. Once again, not really missing shots. Oh my goodness, just hitting everything.
Yeah, fantastic shots there. It's pretty incredible. We get to see Roy back-to-back games here on Onyx TS, and it's going to need to be a stellar performance from him again if he wants to get his team back in this game with a huge lead.
Yeah, Roy really relies on that BR, and rightfully so. I mean, the guy barely missed his shot, so Onyx TS kind of plays right into his role, but he's almost shooting out a light rifle, gets a nice little assist. I know Miklin's cleaning it up. He's calling out, and now we only have it's a tied game, folks. It's getting back and forth.
Yeah, right here as we're watching Roy spawn and try to push top middle. Top middle, you don't want to always get control. You have to really have map control before you can start collapsing and grab top middle.
Yeah, I guess he's not too familiar, obviously, with Onyx. He only played it 5 or 6 times. He said maybe 8, and he just made that push top middle right before Overshield popped up. A little bit curious why he did that, but sure enough, it's Roy, so I trust him.
Absolutely. Now going top middle again, trying to get the sightlines of the enemy team. They're now up 20-19, just about 12.5 left in the match. Now trying to take out Pistola, but Pistola able to grab that Overshield. That's huge in a game like this.
Yes, we all know how the tides can turn once someone grabs Overshield. Roy got just demolished right there from Pistola, charged in on him, and now Pistola is making his way over into the red base. Oh, and he gets cleaned up right there, and now Formal, we're going to switch over to him. It looks he's putting in shots on the red base, trying to stay alive and make sure that his teammates can help out with some cross-map shooting.
Yeah, it goes now tied 22-22. You saw Pistola grab that overshield, but how huge is that from the Classic squad to really neutralize that overshield?
Huge, absolutely immense distribution from shots right there, all over Pistola. He just got just melted instantly.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, with this tie game here, that's an example of a team not capitalizing on the overshield.
Yeah.
Right, Pistola almost letting that go to waste.
Yeah, very, very detrimental use of that overshield to the rest of this match, and this game, and maybe the series.
Yeah, now 26-26, still all even up. It's going to take something special from one of these teams to really get map control, as it's really a back and forth, as you said.
And Formal just got taken down, so we're going to switch on board now with Snipe Down. He's making his way into the blue base. Just saw Micklin with the thruster back. He's meat, and now he's putting on shots into top green. Perfect shots onto Ryan Noob, trying to lead to the best of his ability.
He does have Pistola over there after you see that killing spree. We're still tied at the 29 mark. Going to be pushing in. As I said, it's really going to take one team getting on spawn trap, and I think that's when you're going to start to see the spawn trapping collapsing cycle start.
And Snipe Down getting caught with his pants down right there, as Gandhi would say. I know he's watching. Snipe Down now respawning over at blue, trying to help out his teammate Richard Hines over at top green. I know Richie's Pops is probably watching at home, and Hines has been playing absolutely phenomenal the entire weekend.
Oh yeah, he really has been. His father has got to be proud watching from home now. 33-31, the first time we're seeing a team separate.
Yeah, it's finally becoming a little bit of a cushion, and actually in Classic's favor. I mean, we know how good they are at Onyx TS after Roy just completely murked everyone on the Warriors roster previously. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, Snipe Down now down by 2, pushing in, trying to get that kill. Is able to do so with a lot of help from top gold. Now pushing up. We'll probably have that overshield dropping fairly shortly, so they want to call on this. I believe that's a hard light. A nice job there as they do grab that overshield as well. We should
great
check out what's going on with that overshield. That's Formal.
Yeah, and Formal just picked up that overshield. It looks like he's going to get melted with it. He's already didn't use it to his advantage. It looks like they're losing already by Classic, and he just picked up the overshield and now grabs the scatter shot, drops the thruster ordnance. Actually almost hit himself with a grenade right there.
Yeah, they're still down by 1, so once again, Classic doing a really nice job neutralizing that overshield. Formal trying to stay alive.
Wow.
Does so because of the thruster. Excellent there. They're now down by 2, though. He has a scatter shot in the bottom of the base.
And the scatter shot, he did not get to use it right there. Classic knows exactly where he's coming from. So now we have Formal spawning bottom red, trying to put some cross-map shots for his teammates, but it just looks like he's kind of left out in the open.
Right, it's a one-kill game, goes now tied 41-41 as Formal's desperately trying to find the enemy team. Finds Micklin, takes him out. Excellent kill. Sees Roy spawning, might be able to push there. They're now up by 2 kills, 43-41, with just over 9 minutes left. Finds Roy and he's able to kill him now. It's a huge lead. That's 45-41. He needs to stay alive here. That'd be huge for his team as they start to collapse.
Yeah, and he's playing extremely smart, making sure he doesn't peek out too far. And Micklin just gets cleaned up. All of the ambush squad is just playing absolutely flawless in the last stretch of this game.
Yeah, calm, cool, and collected here is now 47-41 as they're just pushing on these enemy teams.
Yeah, and Formal now making his moves over on top green. And it looks like he calls for an assist. Snipe Down on a killing spree. And that is game number 5. Going to Ambush's favor, neck and neck the whole time. I can't believe that Classic did not pull out with the W.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing we've said about Ambush all weekend. It's almost as if they get neck and neck throughout the entire game, whether we're playing an objective game or a Slayer game. And towards the end, they know exactly what it takes to pull out the win.
Yeah, I don't know if the other team who they're facing against loses some composure, if they're a little bit frustrated, a little bit concerned of what's going on around them, but eventually the Ambush roster just ends up pulling it out.
Right, or if Snipe Down goes 18-9 and Pistola goes 17-10.
Yeah, that'll do it too.
Yeah, pretty impressive performance from those two. Once again, the other two players actually on the team limited to single-digit kills, but Snipe Down and Pistola really stepping it up there at the end. And I mean, the last point of view we were watching, as you see, they just totally collapsed on the base, and that's what we were waiting for.
Yes.
It was neck and neck until the 43-44 mark, and then once they got that one kill that they knew they could push into the base, they were able to do that.
And something that you just mentioned, collapsing, all right? And in the Team Slayer game types, we've talked about that for many, many years, whether it was Guardian Team Slayer, whether it was Amplified. Once you get that one kill or a couple other guys, the shields are taken down, whatever the case may be, you got to push. You got to collapse on that team and just keep the pressure up, because those guys, they're going to have to make some really quick decisions, and normally they make the wrong one.
Right, as we said, it's just mathematics. You're pushing that man advantage. So what we expect to hear and see during that is that the players are just going to call out, we have one dead, we need to push, we need to collapse.
For sure.
Next game we're going to be going into is going to be Dispatch CTF.
Oh,
Don't go
man.
anywhere. We'll have more grand finals from UMG Halo in just a moment.
Dispatch. Uh-oh.
And welcome back. Now we're checking out Game 6 of the grand finals here at UMG Chicago. Be sure to hashtag it on Twitter and share the stream. We're going to start it off with Pistola. Now Game 6. Hey, just like that, Ambush is one game away from closing out this series and taking home first place.
In a sweeping fashion, too. They have, they have dropped some games over this weekend, but they're about to repeat something that Final Boss did back in the early days, the 6-0 in the finals, something that it's very rare to see. But Pistola, part of that God Squad back in the day on Instinct, so I'm not really too surprised to see something like that happen.
Yeah, awesome to see so many viewers in here. Thank you so much for joining us for Game 6 and these grand finals here of these Halo 4 event. This is the second event that we're watching, Ghost, that have been using the new updated Halo 4 settings.
Oh no, and it looks like Snipedown and Formal both have snipers, so prepare for a spree. We know these guys barely miss shots, rarely miss shots. Ooh. And it looks like Snipedown got cleaned up, and so did Formal, so both snipers are now down, and the Classic roster is making a push. We're going to switch over to the Classic team. Miquin has a sniper. He normally causes some damage. Let's see what he has in store.
Yeah, he's escorting that flag carrier Chig all the way back to his base, cutting off that sight line to the left. We'll see if he can do some damage. Picks up the first sniper.
Perfect
Excellent kill there as he's going to check it out the bottom of the map, and it looks like they're going to run this flag in and tie the game up 1-1.
Oh, and not just yet. They're trying to go for that counter cap. Miquin making the selfless play, dropping the sniper rifle, and now the roster is trying to just squirm, trying to get that cap, and it looks like Ryanoob is the only member left alive. Let's see if he makes the desperate push.
Yeah, right now, he just got half shielded. It looks like he's not going to be able to push for this flag. Goes for the sprint jump, tries to get in, tries to spin around backwards, unable to do so, and Ambush now is going to get that return and a brand new flagpole, possibly go up 2-0.
Very, very big deal right there. So we're going to switch over to Pistola because this guy is absolutely going ballistic. I've never heard him scream like that.
Yeah, I've never seen him stand up so much in a match. Hitting the window jumps perfectly. Look,
I don't know if I want to talk to
window
him.
jumps.
He just goes. I mean, it is Pistola. He is a pretty small guy, so maybe that's what helps him out. Just kind of hurtling through him.
Definitely could be. That brings them up to 2-0. They're only 3 flags away from taking home first place here at UMG Chicago.
Yeah, and you know what they're going to go home with, Andy. It's a $7,500 prize purse. Unbelievable money that's on the line here. So maybe we'll see a comeback from Classic, but it is at this moment highly unlikely because Ambush is just showing extreme signs of life.
Oh, absolutely. And let's point out right here, we're not even at the 2-minute mark into the game, and Ambush right here is already up 2 flags.
Yeah, they have just been playing flawless Halo, and whether it's been in the winter bracket finals or the finals, they have not missed it. Hines right there getting a huge kill right there. Oh my goodness, it's just going back and forth, and now it looks like we have Snipedown with the sniper rifle. We are going to stay on board with him. He just got a nice sniper gun. He gets cleaned up though, unfortunately, and now it looks like he's going to be on the respawn, but Hines did pick up that sniper rifle that he just dropped. He's no shields too, but he might make a play.
Yeah, we'll see if he can stay alive here. I believe that overshield was burned or at least neutralized in some way. We didn't get eyeballs on it, but right now as Hines is going to try to move the sniper across the map, and now with his two flag cushion, all they need to do is lock down control, continue to run the flags, and really just continue to play at this pace.
Yeah, and Hines really doing a great job right there, switching to his battle rifle rather than going for the no-scopes. Very, very smart play, something that we are very familiar with seeing from Hines. Always making the right move and making the safe move.
Yeah, right there. Ooh, hits a nice snapshot of that player. One shot. Looks like he might get a melee here. He's able to win the and does get taken out right there by Chig.
Yeah, I guess he's no Pistola in that sense right there. But now we have Pistola moving over at their base, trying to play some defense. He might go for that flag, trying to stay alive and just cause some trouble for the Classic roster.
Yeah, and Ambush has capped that third flag that they were just running. So now with 26:49 left, they're up 3-0. And at this rate, I don't think there's anyone in the crowd here or even watching online who doubts Ambush at this point. They're about to close out the final.
Well, there's one person that does, and his name is Ryanoob. He's got the sniper rifle right now, and he's trying to make some plays. I know he never says die. You can never count him out. He's always trying to win, and he never really gets down on himself.
Right here, hitting a really nice snipe there as he's pushing in. He does have help with a teammate, but Austin right there, Miquin, you see taken down. So Ryanoob forced to retreat and also put his eyes on that flag.
Oh my Pistola!
Almost hits it on the flag carrier as well. He needs to pull off something here to prevent this flag run.
Great angle right there, almost hit the sniper, but sure enough, they just capped the 4th flag, and that was in under 4 minutes. These guys are absolutely dominating.
And excellent awareness and Formal there. You see how he jumped with that flag off the ramp, getting out of sight of Ryanoob, who would have almost undoubtedly hit that site. Now 4-0 in favor of Ambush.
Ambush is just demolishing any team that is in their path, and unfortunately, it's Classic for them right now. Ryanoob trying to do what he can, but he cannot kill anyone. Oh, and he gets one right there. Hines going for that overshield. We know that Diesel is always on that with the coaching, making sure that someone gets it.
And you got to wonder why Ryanoob didn't go right for that overshield right away. He gave Pistola the time to push in.
Very, very huge deal. And now it looks like we have Pistola with the overshield making a move on the flag, but he's going to go for some kills first. Does not get the kill. Almost got backsmacked by Chig. but now Chick trying to go for the LBR, and he does get that, surmounts that comeback right there. Huge deal.
Yeah, almost gets the paddywhack back smack right there, but unfortunately, the enemy team there, Classic, unable to do so. Pistola gets away with assisting one extra kill, and now still 4-0. We're 5 minutes into this match.
Oh, and we just saw the hard leg drop for Pistola. You got to be wary of that. The guy is just a monster with it, knows how to use it to his advantage at every second of the game, so don't be surprised to see him use it here, and maybe not even run the flag because of it.
Boy, Pistola is playing out of his mind. Let's say no surprise there, as this guy's been such a serious tournament player who plays at the top level so often every event we see him, but really this event, like you said, standing up, screaming, really getting vocal this event.
Yes, he's matured obviously a ton over the course of these years, whether it's been free for all of 4v4 or really just quiet now to ferocious in his trash talk and also his team communication.
I believe both these flags are in return now, so both flags are back at home. Once again, they're only one flag away, and now really just biding some time, getting map control first, and I think this Classic squad is going to need to really get back in the groove. They need to push out of their base together. We haven't seen them yet from them this game.
Correct, and they're going to have to wait for some snipers. They're going to need to wait for some overshield. They're going to do something with the power weapons because it's not working out for them without them.
Right, and Miquin had just taken out Pistola, but he is taken out. If you want to jump on board with Snipe Down is actually taken out, so we'll see. Formal, the only player alive, if you want to jump on his point of view on the other side, let's see what he's doing. Pulling this flag now, in what could be the game-winning and tournament-winning 5th flag cap.
This is a $7,500 flag cap potentially, so let's see if he can hurdle through these little jumps right here. He doesn't go for the hurdle, just goes for the safe play, picks up a kill on Ryan, and now picks up another huge kill on Chick.
He gets a flag down, double kill. That flag's going to return in 10 seconds. Let's see if they wait for this return. Overshield's also up, so a ton of icons on your screen. Pistola now going for that return, a few seconds away from the cap.
And sure enough.
And they win the tournament right there.
That is
6-0
and
in
you
the finals.
see Formal standing up, holding up his fingers in a 4-peat, screaming it, and Snipe Down also joining him in that sense. Classic. Props to you. You guys came extremely far yet again in the losers bracket. It's unfortunate that you cannot take a game from Rain Ambush, but I mean, it is Rain Ambush. They have just been proven to be such a dominant force in Halo 4.
All spring and all summer long now, every event they've come to, they've dominated. The last event, especially at AGL Knoxville, and now here with a 6-0 victory in the finals. That's something we haven't really seen since the day's final boss, really.
Yeah, unreal play. So really just wanted to give a huge shout out to the members of Ambush, Pistola, Formal, Hines, and you cannot forget Snipe Down. The guy has just been proven all weekend long as he's got that sniper back. I've seen a couple tweets even saying, you know, 2013 Snipe Down might be greater than 08 Snipe Down. So that's a huge compliment to have. I know he's feeling great.
Yeah, taking a look at the stats here, we have 15-7 from Formal, as well as 14-12 from Snipe Down on that side. Pretty even across the board in terms of kills. Both sides playing really well, but I mean, a 5-0 score at the end, and also a 6-0 score for the finals. Incredible showing this weekend from Ambush.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. With that said, we are going to actually have some interview coming up. I'm going to pick one of the Ambush players. If you guys have someone in particular, maybe, you know, leave it in the chat. Tell us who you guys want to bring up on stage. Is it Pistola, Formal, Snipe Down, or Hines? Whoever you guys seem to choose the most, we will bring up here on stage to get a quick little interview going. But with that said, that is the finals. That is the end of UMG Chicago. We just saw Ambush win the $7,500 prize purse. Massive deal for them.
Yeah, a huge deal for them. Also, please, in the chat, feel free to let us know who you guys think is the MVP. Also, feel free to reach out on Twitter. That player is going to be getting the Untouchable Controller Award. Pretty sweet little controller. Probably,
very awesome.
Probably goes on the mantle rather than plugged into the Xbox.
Yeah, you don't play that
Nice little memento. But let us know who you guys want to see interviewed. Also, let us know who you guys think was the most valuable player of the entire tournament. Thank you so much for joining us. Stick with us as we'll have a member of Ambush in booth shortly.
Definitely.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Golden Boy back here to present the MVP award, the Untouchable Controllers MVP award. My friend Roy, this controller is for you, my friend. Thank you so much for participating in the event. Just a few thoughts. I know that you know, the defeat was harsh, but you must be feeling good about your personal performance at this event.
Yeah, I played pretty well, but really my teammates have helped me so much. I haven't had a lot of time to play since I kind of picked up the game like 10 days ago.
Yeah.
But really happy with how we played this weekend. The first series we played against Ambush, we lost 3-0, but the game's really close. The last series just kind of lost steam, and they were playing out of their mind. So huge props to Ambush, but big thanks to our sponsor, Pulse.
Yeah.
Really appreciate all that they're doing for us right now.
Yeah, so one final question that I have. I mean, this is surely not the end of Roy in Halo 4, correct?
Absolutely not, man. I have leaps and bounds to learn about this game, and I strive to be the best at everything that I do. So next event at AGL, hoping come out with a W there.
You and I share the same mindset, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us here. Guys, we're going to be right back with an interview with one of the members of Rain Ambush. Don't go anywhere. For myself and Roy, take care. We will see you in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere. One more interview right after this.
And we are live back at UMG Chicago after the finals, the grand finals that is. We just saw Ambush take down Pulse Classic in a dominant fashion, in a 6-0 fashion that is. Pistola leading the charge. We saw a ridiculous triple kill on Adrift capture the flag. One of the best triple kills I've ever seen. How do you feel after that series?
Oh man, I feel fantastic. Honestly, my teammates played so great. And I finally played great. This whole weekend I've been pretty average.
Yeah, and actually, I agree with that.
I agree with it too.
For a Pistola, you were playing actually average.
But honestly, like once I got in the finals, man, I just was so pumped.
You came out.
I was so ready to play, man. I don't know.
It's awesome. And you said, you know, Roy brings out the best in you, so maybe that was it.
Yeah, he does. He's an ex-teammate of mine and a good friend and a great player.
Yes, unbelievable player. I mean, we saw. I'm sure you were watching, right?
Warriors, man, that was insane. He wasn't missing.
He wasn't missing.
He was just in every perfect position, like he knew where his teammates were the whole game.
And then you had Game 5 Onyx TS against him. So how did you really feel about going into that one, first and foremost?
To be honest, before we even played Adrift, we all looked at each other and said, I can't wait to play them in Onyx.
Really?
Yeah, because they're like, you know, we noticed how well they played and how dominant they were against Warriors.
Correct.
And we were like, well, we want to dominate them, you know? That's just...
It wasn't dominating, but it was definitely close.
I said we wanted to dominate them. We didn't dominate them. I wanted to.
I mean, but it still was a dominant fashion for a finals. You know, winning, I think it was 50-42 and 8 kills lead right there. That's a very, very big deal, especially when it comes to these finals matches. But with that said, you guys, Ambush, Rain Ambush, that is, have been really on top of the scene now for about 4 events. I believe that's the 4-peat, if I am right.
My 3-peat.
Your 3-peat.
Their 4-peat.
Correct. That is right. Yeah, it was. They did have APG previously. But with that said, I'm curious, for those and everyone that's watching at home, the kids at home, what kind of tips can you give to them to kind of get where you've got to?
Well, to be honest, one of the most important things is to have supporting parents. Your parents have to be behind you 100%. It's really hard to get out to tournaments without money. And if you're young, like, you know, I was 14 when I came on the scene. It's not like I had any money. I had to use my parents' money to finally get me by. And now I'm, you know, 20 years old and, you know, still winning tournaments and making money that way.
Yeah.
But you honestly need as much support as you can get from your family and from everyone else, including you need to have enough time in your life to dedicate it to Halo.
Yeah, like, that is very true.
If you get on to play Halo and want to get better, try to get better. Like, that's honestly, like, the most important thing is getting on, playing, and trying to get better.
Yeah.
Not just playing.
And something that I've always said is, you know, you can get on and you could play 50% and you could play for 2 weeks, but you could just play at 100% and play for 1 week and learn the same stuff.
Not the same stuff, better stuff.
Excuse me, better stuff.
Better stuff, easily. Because if you play at 100% like all the time, which is so hard to do.
It is.
Because like our team, we're the #1 seed. Everyone's gunning for us. We have a target on our back.
And everyone's trying their hardest against you.
Yeah, so we get every team's best.
Yep.
So if we're not playing our best, you never know what could happen.
Correct. Well, on top of that, I also wanted to see really what you thought about the Classic roster. I know they just picked up Roy. They are kind of a fresh team or fresh face over here at UMG especially. Did you have really any worries going into that match? Were you concerned at all?
Well, to be honest, every single series I've ever gone into personally, I take it one game at a time, number one, and then number two, like, never underestimate any team you play. Like, Legendary came out hot against us.
Yeah, they did.
And we came out cold against them.
Correct.
So it's just, you can't overlook anybody. Going into that series, we knew what we had to do, especially since they came off a hot win.
Yeah.
You know, a hot win.
Yeah,
Game
the hottest win.
One of the hottest wins. We looked at each other before the game and said, hey, take it one game at a time. Adrift flag, that's actually a slow game type.
Yeah, very momentum changing.
So they won't be coming in really hot. Just as long as we can win that game one. I said, think of it from their point of view. Like, you've probably been down 4-0 before.
A couple times.
I've been down 4-0 before too, and it's just like when you're down 4-0, it's in your head like, okay, we gotta win so many games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And including if it's the game one of the series, if they can't win that, and if we beat them in that game type, it's gonna be in their heads.
Yes, correct. And you do have to maintain really that composure and the mental composure, if you will, at all times, especially in the grand finals and especially against Team Ambush, Rain Ambush. You guys have dominated just the entire Halo 4 scene as of yet. And with that said, I want to know, are there any shout-outs you want to give for those that are watching?
I want to give a shout-out to Rain. Rain is a pretty cool, awesome sponsor. They're European. They're awesome. Also want to give a shout-out to UMG and AGL for, casting or doing these tournaments, we
Yeah,
wouldn't.
for sure.
Halo would have just drifted away.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for all of this. I hope UMG still does tournaments. And should I do like my Twitter stuff right now?
Go for it. I mean,
All right, well,
let them know where to follow you.
Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/IGotYourPistola, and check out our YouTube, youtube.com/AmbushHalo.
Yeah,
that's
and
pretty
you
much
guys
all I
are always uploading commentaries and
Yeah.
some gameplay footage. I don't know if there's going to be any footage from this tournament, but you can see a lot of the online scrims that Pistola and the rest of his ambush squad are always competing in. But again, with that said, we're going to end this portion of the interview with Pistola. Justin, thank you for joining us. We will be back to send you guys off. Bravo and Golden Boy will be joining me shortly, so stay tuned for the final closeout of UMG Chicago.